When coming up with a method for buying the right stocks, I've always found it best to reverse engineer the stock market. It goes way back to when I started trading stocks 30 years ago. I looked at the stocks that I wish I had bought, the stocks that did really well, and I tried to find the common signals that were in those charts to demonstrate that they were likely to go higher. So this week I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to develop our own little strategy for finding stocks to put in your retirement portfolio. I'll also do my normal market analysis and we'll look at the day trade of the week on ATOM. But let's begin with how we can develop a strategy for putting stocks in your longer term investment portfolio. As I said, I always start with some winning trades from the past and reverse engineer them. We're going to do that together in just a moment. I then develop a set of rules. I back test those rules, forward test, I'll explain what all this means in a moment, and then I start trading them with a low amount of risk and I increase risk with success. So let's begin with this chart of Intel. Now Intel has had a great run over the last 4 weeks. The question is, when did it really start to do well? Well, I would argue that it was back here. And I remember a friend of mine around this time sending me a message saying, hey, I'm looking for a stock for the longer term. Do you have any suggestions? And I went through some market scans and I found Intel. I said, you know what, Intel looks pretty good. I was kind of surprised because it had been underperforming NVIDIA for some time. But there's some reasons in this chart that I'm going to highlight right now. So that's when it started trading. So what I'm going to do is reverse engineer. What were the things that were in this chart that I can then use in a strategy to look for the same kinds of stocks but without the benefit of hindsight? So what I notice is that the stock was breaking through resistance. Okay, this is a ceiling price that it held up for a number of months. This is a weekly chart going back 3 years. I can also see that the green line, the sentiment stock score, had moved above 60. Now I know from having looked at lots of charts that my indicator, the sentiment stock score, is very good at keeping you out of bad stocks and focusing you in on good stocks. So I've got a sentiment stock score of 60 or higher. You'll see why this is important in a moment. I'm breaking through resistance on this chart and I've built a little rising bottom, and the stock has generally been going sideways for some time before then. And this would have been the opportune time to buy at $30 less than a year ago, and now it's at around 83, so it's done really well. All right, so now let's jump into the Stockscores website, and there's the Intel chart, and we're going to build a market scan to do this searching for us. So this is a tool that I created to help investors find stocks that have good potential. We're going to set up some of these filters. We're going to say sentiment stock score of at least 60, and I want price. Just for the sake of this, I'll go greater than $5, and gain loss over the last 10 days, I want it up at least 10%. And again, I'm looking for larger cap stocks, real companies that have good chart patterns. And we'll set this to 5,000 for the number of trades so that I rule out stocks that aren't very actively traded. And let's just see if there's anything else we want to do. Now I could say to break through resistance, because I do have filters for that. You can see here 5-day resistance, 15-day. The reason I'm not going to do this is because we're looking at the weekly chart for this stock. And on the weekly chart, it could have broken out yesterday, but today it's not breaking out. And yet when we look at the weekly chart, it'll still have the sort of pattern that we saw on Intel. So I'm not going to tell it to break through resistance, but if I was doing this on the daily interval, I absolutely would do that. All right, so let's get back into the scan here. I think we've got all we need. We've got a liquidity requirement. Let's set the MACD to bullish as well, because that means the momentum is starting to turn, and that can be helpful. Run the market scan. Now it's going through every stock listed on the North American markets, and it found over 100. Now we could fine tune our filters to find less than 100, but let's just go with this for now and see if any of these charts have the kind of pattern that we saw in Intel. So here's Peloton. I don't see it breaking through resistance in the from from a sideways pattern like Intel did. So I'm going to go to the next one. JetBlue, no, it's not really breaking through. Now here's a stock that I can see broke through resistance last week. There's the resistance level. I see the optimism, and I see generally sideways trading. Now the pattern's a little bit rough. I actually like it better back here when it did exactly that. There was sideways trading, optimism, breakthrough resistance, stock scores in the right spot. We have the stock scores in the right spot, a little more volatile. I'm going to make this chart go back a little farther. I'm going to make it a 5-year weekly chart. And now I like it a little more because now I can see the big picture. It's been building what we call a pennant pattern right there, and that's breaking out. So I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10, meaning I think it has a 65% chance of going up. Let's see if we can find some more. So this one, pretty good. It's been going sideways here for 3 or 4 months, breaking out. If I draw a downward trend line, I want to make sure that the stock is above its downward trend line, and it is. It's not going to encounter major resistance till up here, and I'm buying here at 650 or so, so that's lots of upside. So we can see also that the sentiment stock score is above 60. That's good. 78 isn't better than 72. It doesn't really matter as long as it's above 60. But what I can see is that it's been below 60 for a very long time as the stock was doing poorly. Now the momentum's starting to turn and the stock score is turning higher. I'm going to give this one a 6.5 as well. We'll go through a few more together. That one's not really great. That one's breaking a downward trend line, but not as good as I would like to see. I'm looking for that same pattern that I saw on Intel. Now this tool is great because I can go through a lot of charts quite quickly simply by clicking my right arrow key and moving through the charts. Let's take a little closer look at this CTOS. I'll go back 5 years on this. On the 5-year chart, I see resistance over here, so I don't like that. Let's go through a couple more. Nope, pessimism. Not bad, breaking the downward trend line from a rising bottom. So there is a pattern, which I call a bottom fishing pattern. The problem with this is it'll find resistance there. That's the old price peak. And if I'm buying here and my stop loss is going to be there, we could do our stop loss in red, and my limit on upside is the green, I always like to have 2 times the risk, and I don't quite have that. So I'm going to pass on this one. So you'll notice that I'm just applying some basic chart pattern rules, having done a market scan that puts some of the best candidates in front of me. Now I'm going through these one at a time, but if I wanted to go through them faster, I could click on gallery view, and now I'm looking at 10 charts per page. So let's go to page 2. And so this is now a much quicker way to scan the market for what I have done. So what I did is I started with Intel. I said, I want to find stocks like Intel. I looked at what was the characteristics when the stock first started to go up. We come up with a little bit of a list, sentiment stock score above 60, breaking through resistance after a period of sideways trading, some optimism into that breakout, and then basically a nice chart pattern on the breakout with a strong abnormal price break. Now you're going to see at the end of the video that I did this exact same concept for a day trade. I'm still going to go through a couple more of these charts. We found a few that were 6.5 out of 10. Just want to see if there's anything else. This poet had a good week, but doesn't have good risk-reward trade-off right now. So I think we'll call it at that. All right, so that's how I develop strategies. I start with what I wish I had bought. I reverse engineer, come up with a list of rules, go scan for them. It's a testing process. I'm going to back test on past winners, and I'm also going to forward test, practicing it on new candidates, track the results. If it works well, then I'll start trading it with real money, but a low amount of risk first, and then increase the risk as time passes. All right, so we've got lots of craziness in the market because of the war in Iran, oil prices moving all over the place, stock market having a lot of volatility. Let's do some analysis of the charts now. So we'll go back to the Stockscores website, and I'm going to bring up SPY, which is the chart of the S&P 500. And you can see here, still in the upward trend. We had that 4-week sell-off. We reversed basically 4 weeks ago, and we have moved nicely to the upside since then. So it is in a bullish trend in the long term and a bullish trend in the short term. Looks pretty solid still. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ 100, QQQ. very similar chart, so same sort of ratings there. IWM, which is our small caps, also very similar. If you look at the 1 month chart, it was a little bit quiet this week as we went sideways after this nice bounce back, but the trend is up. The stock scores are in a good place. All right, let's move along now to the Canadian market, T.XIU, also reaching toward new highs, so bullish on both time frames. Gold, a little rougher here because we've gone parabolic. We had a bursting bubble candle right there. We've pulled back, and now it looks like we may be making a falling top. I'm concerned if we see a price move below this floor, then I am going to change my rating downward because it is not a good sign. We haven't done that yet, but anytime a parabolic trend breaks and then you make a falling top, you have a good potential to go lower. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel here because I'll keep you updated each week on that. Let's take a look at oil, which has been very volatile. If you want to see the volatility, let's dive into a 1 month chart. And we had this very strong move up, and then we sort of went sideways over the last couple of weeks. But this week we actually moved up, and that's continuing to be the sort of drama and uncertainty around the Strait of Hormuz in the Middle East. Looking at that 3-year chart, you can see the huge amount of volatility. This is good for oil stocks. I don't think it'll last, but as long as it is strong, we have to remain bullish on it. Let's take a look at the currencies now. UUP fell off a little bit this week and has been generally coming down the last 3 weeks, but kind of a neutral chart. GBTC, which is our Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly. Let's go to the short-term chart here because you can see over the last 2 weeks, Bitcoin has actually been trending upward. So short-term bullish, but the long-term picture on the 3-year is close to neutral. It's trying to break that downward trend line. It's been stable for the last 3 months. I'd like to see it make a strong break of this downward trend line. It's at a real critical point right now to see if the control of the market is going to change from sellers to buyers. And then the bond market, basically sideways for the last year. Looking at the 1 month chart, it is pretty much sideways there as well. So my ratings then, all the stock markets are bullish. Gold and oil neutral, US dollar neutral. Bitcoin short-term bullish. It was bearish not long ago, and now long-term neutral. And then bonds neutral on both time frames. All right, now let's get into the trade of the week. And this is an example of the same idea that we started the video with, where I look for winning stocks, I reverse engineer them, I come up with my own indicators to develop a new strategy, and I've done that. You've heard about it here a lot if you've been on the channel for a while. I always look for abnormal activity first when I'm day trading. And so this particular stock, Atom, was very abnormal this past week. It made a pennant pattern. This is a 1 month chart, a 1 minute chart, going back just the day. And this little pink and yellow dot there, that's one of my own indicators. That's called an action candle. And it's breaking from a predictive pattern. Just as we had a predictive pattern on the weekly chart of Intel, here we've got a predictive pattern on the 1 minute chart of ATOM. Abnormal price, abnormal volume, good liquidity, low float, and the stock moved from around $7 to $9.50 in a little over an hour. So a nice little day trade. That's the kind of thing we do on Active Live, which is a webinar that I run every day, trading the market in real time, scanning the entire US stock market for stocks with my indicators, looking for abnormal activity. You can learn more about that at Stockscores.com. And if you have any interest in one of our courses, send me an email, tylerb@stockscores.com, and I'll send you a $500 discount code, which is going to expire. We're supposed to expire on Friday. I'm just going to give it a couple more days as we are starting some new classes on Monday. Hope you've enjoyed this little video, and if so, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, trade well.